Let's now go over one example to illustrate the exception handling mechanism that we spoke about, and also the catch or specify requirements. And the example consists of three classes. We got class A, B, and also tester, three classes. And we actually we can form a call chain of three method calls over there. I will go into the details for each method in just a moment. Let me just give you the big picture about what we're going to do for the example. And then we assume that we actually got one exception class. I will speak about this exception class as well, but you don't really need to memorize about how you can create exception classes in Eclipse. You can automatically generate it whenever you need it. I'll show you how to do so. And we're going to see three versions of handling the exception that will be thrown from a.ma. So that will be the callee to actually handle, who actually throws in an exception. We'll see three versions. Version number 1 is going to be handled in the immediate caller, and version number 2, the immediate caller is going to specify, so it's going to be passed to its further caller. In that case, we're going to handle in tester domain. And version number 3, none of the callers in the call chain is going to catch that. In that, which means all of them are going to specify it. In that case, the exception will be thrown to the console. So these are the three versions we like to go over for your understanding. Let me just go over the details for each class very quickly, and I'll develop version number 1 completely from scratch in Eclipse to show you a few things. So here we got the callee in the call chain over here. How about we start with the bottom of the call stack? That might be easier. So the first one is we got tester, and also we got the main method over here. So this is the starting context to make the method call. So I'm going to see the context is going to be tester, and the caller will be the main method. And what method are we calling? That one is, let me switch the color here. That one is over here. So it's going to be object of type B, and also we're calling the method MB over here, right? So the callee is b.mb. Right, and then I'll fill in the call stack in just a moment. Let's just formulate the caller callee relationship quickly, and then when we switch the context to b.mb, when we're here, so now b.mb becomes the caller, right? So that'll be the context. So b.mb, and what is the callee in this case? The callee will be, let's see here, the callee will be a.ma, right? We're calling ma on an object OA of type A. So this will be the callee. And the callee is going to be a.ma. All right, and let's now, if we switch the context to this particular callee, let's say a.ma, and it seems like there's no more method call, okay? And of course here, when I say error over here, the way we're gonna handle the error is by throwing an exception rather than printing out some console messages, which we know is inappropriate, okay? So that's about the caller callee. Let me just finish the table, and then let's go to the call stack as well. So that'll be the context will be a.ma, and then we have no further callee. So that's why this part here is not applicable over here. Okay. And then we're going to see the call stack very quickly. Okay, so when we actually make a call chain in this way, let me start with the main method. So we start with the tester, the main. So this will be the method to first become active. So that's why it will eventually just become the bottom of the stack. So it will be tester dot main over here. And then when it actually calls, it's callee over here, b.mb. So b.mb is going to become active. So b.mb. And then inside b.mb, we're going to call just another callee, a.ma. So a.ma will also become active onto the stack, right? And then when we go to ma, there's no further method call. So that means the stack will actually stop growing. And the thing is, if we try to throw an exception over here, as we said before, it will be the top of the stack over here that will throw the exception. And according to the exception mechanism, we're going to search over here from top to bottom, right? So that's a principle we spoke about. So we're going to search from top to bottom over here to see which caller is will actually handle the exception, right? We actually got two callers over here. So this is where the error is originated. So let's now make a note over here. So a.ma is actually where the exception is thrown at runtime, where exception is thrown. In that case, we need to see whether if this immediate caller is going to handle the exception, meaning that it's going to opt for the catch option, right? Remember, the catch will specify option. Let's say version number 1 will be B over here is going to opt for the catch option, meaning that the exception will be handled exactly over here, right? That's version number 1. It's going to be handled in B.mb. Okay, that's version number 1. And version number 2, let's say this caller over here opts for another option, the other option, which is to specify it. So the exception will be propagated to its caller. In that case, it will be up to this main method to opt for either the catch or specify option. In that case, let's say we choose the catch option. In that case, the exception will be handled exactly over here. So that's why you'll pass from b.mb into the tester, and then it will be handled in tester.main over here. And for version number 3, let's say neither this nor this will actually opt for catching the exception, meaning that both of them will just propagate to their own caller. So now when we get to tester.main, since it's already the bottom of the stack, and also it's the entry point of execution, so the exception will be propagated all the way to the console, meaning that it's going to be thrown to the user. So I want to show you also the third version over here, so to see how it will be thrown to the console, which is really something you would like to avoid for your developments. Okay, so that's about the 3 versions I would like to speak about. Let's now go back to the slides to see if there's any more points I want to say, and I'll go version by version.